Thank you very much for showing up and watching this Facebook Live. Today we are here at the Capitol on day 3 with the State Without Childcare, and we have some employers who are going to talk about why they need childcare so that they can actually keep their businesses running. First, we have Forrester Barry from, I'm going to let him introduce it because I already forgot. Thanks.
Thank you, Green. Good morning. My name is Forrester Barry. I am both a small business owner and the parent of this little guy, Julian, who would normally be in daycare today, but instead he's with me. My wife and I own a house in New Glarus. We've built our middle-class lifestyle around our 2 full-time incomes. We both work very hard to make ends meet and pay for the things that make our family comfortable and happy. Without both of us working, we cannot possibly live as well or provide for our son as well as we do now. Frankly, it's a struggle as it is. If our son's daycare center goes away, which it most likely will if our representatives continue to refuse funding, we've got real problems to solve and hard choices we don't want to have to make. But I'll hold it. I honestly don't know what we'll end up doing. I am in my 3rd year running my company, Tree Keeper, and my 16th year in the tree care industry. If there's one thing I know by now, it's that good help is very hard to find and even harder to keep around. This couldn't be more true for our child care providers as well. Just like them, I am extremely particular in choosing people to work with because I have to be. Tree work is very high risk to both people and property, requiring exceptional attention to detail. Now, the lack of access to quality childcare throws in yet another hurdle to finding and keeping good people. Though I will need to hire people in the future, I do not currently have employees. Instead, I collaborate with 2 other small business people as an association of independent contractors. Both of them also have young children and spouses who work full-time. Touch this part. Touch that part. Okay, good. Child care issues for them are a major limiting factor in their availability to fulfill work, which in turn limits us collectively because we depend on one another. You want to go over to Brooks? You want to go see Brooks? You just want to stand by Daddy? That'd be good. Child care issues for them are a major limiting factor in their availability to fulfill work, which in turn limits us collectively because we depend on one another. On several occasions, we have suffered significant setbacks when one of our team's child care fell through. There is a real economic cost to the lack of child care. We've been so blessed to be able to send our son, Julian, to the Growing Tree in New Glarus for the past year. Thank you. The high-quality teacher interactions he gets there every single day have been a clear and noticeable benefit to his development. We see it all the time. Our family needs this. Losing it will seriously upend the life that we have worked damn hard to build. Our communities and our businesses need this. So please, restore child care funding to the budget now. Thank you.
And this little guy is showing off his artwork and skills that he's learned while he has been at the Growing Tree. Thank you so much, Forrester. I appreciate all of your time today. And next will be Matt Raboin from Brix Cider in Mount Horeb.
Hi, my name is Matt Raboin. I'm coming from Brix Cider in Mount Horeb. We're a restaurant and a farm-to-table restaurant, a hard cider company. And yeah, Mount Horeb's a small town. We have about 20 employees. We're a pretty small business. And when we first started Brix, about 6 years ago, we had 2 little kids. Both of them were in daycare and childcare. And I gotta say, it was hard. Childcare is incredibly expensive. And when you're a young family and you're not coming from a bunch of money, it's hard to make it work. And we were entrepreneurs. We're trying to do something. We're trying to, be out there creating jobs, doing good for our world, and we're dealing with childcare that, for a family like ours, a family for The average child care cost in the state of Wisconsin is about $25,000 a year. Like, that's a lot of money. And when you're an entrepreneur and you're just trying to get started out and you're not coming from a bunch of money and you got to pay $25,000 a year, that's hard. We did make it work. We were lucky to, and we worked our butts off. We did make it work. And we were lucky to have some incredible child care providers. And these people are amazing. The work they do is some of the most important work in the world. Like, seriously, I mean, little guys like this little dude, I don't know if you can see him on the camera. I mean, he's in the most important time of his life. And it's the time in his life that is going to determine the rest of his future. And then we're rewarding these child care providers with almost nothing. Like, their average wage is like $12 an hour for some of the most important work there is. And we're paying them less than what we're paying, the kid at the drive-through window at Culver's. No offense to Culver's, but, it's a little more skilled job what these folks are doing. They're incredible people. And what we're seeing now is because of this high cost and because the child care providers aren't getting paid well enough, there just aren't enough slots. We were lucky to get our kids in, but as you see less and less funding going towards child care, you're going to see less and less slots. We're in a small town, and when you get onto these rural areas, that's where these child care deserts are the worst. And just huge amounts of people who just don't have a place to send their kids. And these kids in this most important time in their life just aren't getting the care that they need. And I'll add, I'm also, as an employer of like 20 people, like I said, some of our employees have kids. And sometimes it's their lack of child care that they're able to find makes it hard for them to work, which makes it hard for our business. I see childcare as a thing that's like, unfortunately, it just is not ever going to be super cheap because it's such an important job and it takes some intensive work and it takes some talented and caring people to do it. So I think there's just no getting around the fact that we need to invest in it. And we almost need to see it as infrastructure, Like, just like our employees need a good road to drive on to get to work, they also need a place where their kid can learn and grow so that they can also get to work. So I see, we're seeing Governor Evers is putting childcare in the budget and our Republican legislature is cutting it. And then what they're coming out with is just sort of this paltry, like, oh, look, we're doing something, here's some tax credits that really isn't addressing the real problem. It's just sort of like it's a way that they can say, oh, look, I did something, I'm a good politician, but really they're just being as chintzy as they can possibly be and avoiding the real problem. So I think it's time for us to stand up for our child care providers and the awesome work that they're doing and start making a real investment in the future for our kids. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Matt. Matt. Hey. All right, and then Evan Dannells is going to come and speak next.
Hi, my name is Evan Dannells. I'm the owner of Cadre Restaurant and Partner and Lola's High-Low Lounge. These are both restaurants and bars. And I'm only going to spend a moment talking about the business side of this because I think they covered that pretty well. So on the business side, the restaurant industry is the single largest employer of single mothers in the United States. And in order to have someone be able to work when they're a single parent, they have to be able to put their child somewhere. We exist in a society that subsidizes all sorts of things that you don't see every day, and you go through your day and you just normally, like, you don't know where all the government money is going to have the things that you need and expect to have, like, internet, cable, water, lots of things like that. And that's totally fine. The absolute most obvious thing that people should expect is affordable childcare. It's subsidized in almost every country in the world. In the United States, it is, but just barely, and that's sad. We've proven time and time again that we don't really care about children when it comes to the Republican Party. And the funny thing about it is it's all we need in order to keep an economy going is people working. And if people can't take their children somewhere to have them taken care of, they can't work. And they can't work, and then then they have to rely on government benefits to try to make ends meet. It's a vicious cycle, and to be honest with you, I'm baffled by why it's perpetuated. It just seems shockingly obvious thing to invest in, and we quite frankly should be ashamed that we have to come back and do this fight over and over and over again. And because of that, we're here again, having that fight, and we'll keep having the fight. But I really, really wish one of these days we would just understand the moral imperative that there is to take care of children and move past this so we can work on bigger things.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our employers who came today. I'm going to wrap this up with just a couple statements to the other employers. Other employers, we're doing this for you. In 2020, the unions, the hospitals, the nursing associations, the retail, the groceries, the bars and restaurants, you all begged us to stay open or to open back up because you needed us to take care of the kids, so you had employees. We need your help now. It is your turn to do what we did for you 5 years ago. And if you think COVID was bad, this is nothing. 25% of us are going to close. That's 1,000 childcare programs. If we don't close immediately, we're going to raise rates $50 a week. How much more can your employees take before they quit their jobs? You will have to raise their wages by $5, $6 an hour in order to offset this. Every employee, not just the ones with kids. So we need you to contact Senator Bartline, Representative Bourne, and the DCF budget buddies, Senator Teston and Representative Hurd, and tell them as an employer you support $480 million going into childcare as a state investment. We are doing this for you. We could definitely do it to you. We could just turn around and raise our rates, and who cares? Whatever, it's not on us then to figure it out. It's on you. So employers, heed our call. If you have any questions, you can find me. I'm all over the place. I am happy to work with you, happy to talk to you, happy to help you understand what this means for your bottom dollar, your income. And I bet most of you probably get more in state subsidies than what we get, which is $0 now that this is going to be cut as of July. That means in August you will see it. We've already had 3 programs across the state turn in their licenses and say they're closing because of the lack of funding. One up in Rice Lake, 2 over in Oshkosh, and another, actually there's a 4th, and 1 down in the southwestern corner. And there are more and more every single day. We are looking at our books, we are sobbing, we are crying, because we do not want to do this to our communities, but we are broken, we are done, and we cannot keep going without your support. Thank you. Fund child care now! 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 And we are in room 400 Northeast, 400 Northeast today, all day. We are telling you, our representatives, come on in. We'd love to have a conversation with you. Thanks, bye.